The Rolex brand, which is known for its expensive and luxurious watches, whenever it wants to unveil a new watch, if you go to its website right away, it is not available. You can't find a Rolex watch at any of the dealerships. They don't sell it in principle. That is, if you want to spend $200,000 to buy a watch, you won't find it at all that you want to buy. The Bugatti brand, when it wants to sell a car, it cares a lot about the image of that person and how he got his wealth. Collectors are willing to pay 10 times its real price for something rare, and all this is done in psychology because of a concept called the scarcity effect. This concept not only affects things and brands and things like that, it also has a great impact on people. You may have heard this sentence that they say, for example, that if you are too much available, you lose your respect and attention. But is this really true? What should we do so that we can pay less attention to others so that they are more attracted to us? Today, with the help of 5 reverse psychology facts, we are going to examine this issue together. And at the end of the video, we will see why we should not be good people in today's world. What does it mean to be a good person at all? Why should we strengthen ourselves physically and mentally so that society cannot control us? Welcome to a new video from the Polarisnorthstar channel. The first step after recognizing the effect of rarity is to know that being mysterious is different from being cold and numb. This can be easily felt, especially in the attraction of the opposite sex. For example, if someone asks you about your interest, you could say that I'll keep talking about it for later, and you'll have to figure it out for yourself. Here you are using the opposite psychological effect, like a psychological game in which you are mysterious and ignoring the other person. You are telling the subconscious mind of the other person that I don't need attention. This sense of control and power makes the other person more attracted to you because they're trying to regain their balance. The next step is the behavior of consolidating power, which makes him understand that it is true that I neglect others. But if that person is dear and valuable to me and enters my circle of close relationships, I care about him as much. But getting into this circle is definitely challenging and difficult. By doing so, you are subconsciously forcing the other person to make more efforts to reach your circle of close relationships. The next step is the triangle of competition, camaraderie, and reward. As stated in rule number 3 and 4 of book 48 of the Law of Power, hide your intentions and always talk less than you need. You use this behavior by creating a sense of competition to get the other person's attention, which then leads to a camaraderie and finally a reward. This reward multiplies the person's enthusiasm because now the topic of dopamine has come to the fore, and under the influence of this pleasure and euphoria, he needs more to see your satisfaction. This technique is implemented very clearly by great managers. That is, until you are intimate and prove yourself, you will not become a confidant. The next step can be found in rule number 12. To disarm yourself, show selective honesty and generosity. You should do this method in cases where the other person has increased his curiosity and wants to understand the depth of your personality. This kind of generosity creates a sense of goodness in the deep layers of personality, which both builds trust and multiplies respect. Act in such a way that the other person understands that you value him. For example, if he wants to talk to you or make an appointment, don't answer right away. Say, let me check my schedules, because you might be really busy. Then you can say that I am very busy this week, but because of your request, I can come on Thursday from such and such an hour. The next step is very important. Give him limited attention, but with quality. It might be a little confusing, so let me explain with an example. Well, as we said, we were supposed to be mysterious and rare. Now, when will this attention come? It will come to the point where you pay attention in a way that really surprises the person after this reward that you gave. Your attention and importance to that person should be limited, but it should be of great quality, so that you listen to him carefully, have eye contact, and even tell him your experience, so that the other person understands that if you are going to pay attention to him and care about him, you can really do it. At the end of your conversation, go back and tell the same person that it was good that I talked and express your satisfaction. But then say, I have to go, or instead of trying to talk about everything all the time, send a text message like, today I remembered something that I know will make you very happy. By doing this, you both let him know that you care about him and that you can make a request of him by saying this. The next trick is to make him feel that there are other people who are interested in you. And this trick of referring to others, it makes him more attracted to you. For example, say, a few other people asked me to go out with them, but I haven't decided yet, or so-and-so said that this dress suits me a lot, but I wasn't sure. Do you think it is the same? Because that person sees himself in a competition, he gets involved in it without thinking or scrutinizing. Because people never like to lose in a competition, it doesn't matter what that competition really is. Helen Fisher, one of the researchers in the field of anthropology, estimates that this passion for a romantic relationship is about 12 to 18 months, and this time, even for a friendship, is much less. After this time, it's not friendship or passion that keeps you in a good relationship, because after this story, people usually feel like something is missing in their lives. And they're right, because dopamine is missing. This is where we have to try to know our identity and understand what the purpose of this friendship or love relationship really is. We just have to be careful that we don't have to be the good guys in the story. You can't stay in a relationship that is hurting both parties because of pity. All these tricks are to show the other person that you are scarce. But what if we are not really like this? Of course, from some point onwards, you're just trying to play a role, or your true self is forgotten, or you get caught up in a place and you are exposed. So along with those points, we need to know that we also have to be really strong and be able to be like that mentally and even physically. It is true that from the point of view of society, simple-hearted and good people may seem very moral and interesting. But this factor is also a factor of trouble and misery, because exactly society needs such people to always control people to achieve their desires. Nature requires us to be strong and stubborn, because human nature has the desire and attraction to become powerful, not to hurt others, but to protect ourselves. No one likes an irresponsible and weak person who is deceived by everyone, and he is definitely not attracted to him. Who is there who wants to put his future in the hands of such a person? Friedrich Nietzsche said to these people, "A free man can be good or bad, but a non-free man is a disgrace to nature." Nietzsche said, "People who just want to try to prove to themselves and others that they are good are a disgrace to nature. These people are deceived and eventually crushed under the standards of society. Scarcity effect will help you to never get involved in the margins and move in the shadows whenever you want. And if you really like someone, then approach them step by step. Well, self-confidence is definitely very important in this way. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. To see the rest of the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.